most advanced margarita and also unique Mexican cocktails. But it seems like you guys want to see the full dedicated margarita episode. This will be the video with the most tequila poured, so get comfortable and let's go. Traditionally, margarita consists of 3 ingredients: limes. The most popular limes are key limes, also known as Mexican limes. They have a higher acidity, a stronger aroma, and a thinner rind than the Persian lime. Also, some mix equal parts lime and lemon juice for a better taste. Tequila. Blanco is used in a classic version of margarita and reposada in Tommy's Margarita. No worries, we're about to make all of them, so it will be more clear. And the triple sec or Cointreau, which is a type of triple sec. Triple sec is inexpensive, lower quality orange liqueur. Cointreau has less sugar, more alcohol level, and their more complex flavor. Margaritas are supposed to be shaken and served either on the rocks in the old-fashioned glass or margarita coupe glass with or without salt. Not everyone likes fully salted rim, so consider salt in just a small part of the glass or add half a pinch of salt inside a drink. If you don't want the salt to get in the drink, run a lime wedge around the outside of the glass, then roll the rim in salt. Let's start with the classic margarita. Roll the fresh lime, cut it and squeeze 3/4 of an ounce of juice. You also can find recipes with half ounce or squeeze whole lime, which has about an ounce of juice. Pour it into the shaker. Next, squeeze from the Cointreau bottle orange liqueur, add 2 ounces of Blanco tequila. Make sure to always drink 100% blue agave. Use salt if you prefer, I will skip it for now. Add fresh ice and give this margarita a short, vigorous shake. Double strain into the coupe or rocks glass, garnish it with a lime wheel or wedge. Pretty simple, but has everything: agave flavor from tequila, sweetness from the orange, and aroma from lime. But I believe this is not the best version on today's list, so let's explore more. If you want to make a smoky margarita, no need to burn anything. All you need to do is to replace Blanco tequila with a smoky mezcal. Some also like to add agave nectar into this version. And speaking of agave, our next cocktail is Tommy's Margarita. I went to San Francisco and visited Tommy's restaurant, and Julio Bermejo, who created that incredible version of margarita in the 90s, made it for me, and I will try to recreate it right now. We need to use a reposado tequila, fresh lime juice, and agave syrup. That's it. They don't use jiggers, and since all the cocktail consists of 2 ounces of tequila, he uses a shot glass. Also, since they constantly mix a lot of margaritas, they use blenders instead of shakers when they need to make a shaken cocktail. First, squeeze 1 ounce of fresh lime and put it in the mixing blender. Next, pour straight into the blender half ounce of organic agave syrup and full shot glass, which is 2 ounces of reposado tequila. Add a pinch of salt, fill up blender with ice, and shake it Julio Bermejo style. Strain it into the rocks glass with fresh ice. And the thing is about Tommy's Margarita, they don't use garnish pretty much for anything.
You know, I'm not the biggest garnish fan because I'd rather squeeze the juice of whatever it is we use into the cocktail.
So yeah, Tommy's Margarita is served without a garnish. It's one of the best margaritas ever. And speaking of the best, let's move to our next version, the traditional margarita, frozen. We need the same blender, and since we're going to use it properly and not like in the previous version, let's not destroy blades and crush some ice. Now we will make LeBron James a little happier and pour 1.5 ounces of his Blanco tequila in the blender. Next, triple sec, then fresh lime juice and a little bit, maybe 1/4 ounce of sugar syrup. Add crushed ice and blend it until it becomes slushy. Serve it in your favorite glass, and this version is just perfect for summertime. And speaking of perfect, frozen margaritas are even better if you mix them with a flavored puree or, as I prefer, fresh fruits: mango, banana, peach, watermelon, but the most popular by far is the strawberry margarita. Take 5 good looking fresh strawberries, slice them into a few pieces and toss them inside a blender. Blend until destroyed, and your margarita not just got a lot tastier, but the bright color makes it even more desirable. Garnish it with a strawberry, but since I was so excited and blended all of them, let's use a lime. Just like the classic frozen margarita, it's a must try on a hot day. And if it's hot outside and it's a game day, you need to make a spicy Coronarita. The same as in the previous versions, make a frozen margarita, but instead of the triple sec, let's make it a little more spicy and complex and add ancho reyes liqueur. liqueur. Blend everything until slushy and pour into the large glass, rimmed with your favorite seasoning. Now let's pop this clean baby beer bottle, carefully flip it upside down and put it inside a glass, but not completely. Try to place it sideways, halfway in. Some little gadgets help you to mount the bottle on the glass rim, but nah, it works like that just fine. An optional garnish is lime, and drink this celebration in a glass with or without a straw. And I know you guys are asking right now, what if I don't drink alcohol? And how can I make non-alcoholic margarita that would taste just like the real one? All you need is to take a fresh lemon, lime, and squeeze ½ ounce and 1½ ounces of juice. Next, add 3/4, or if you like your margarita sweeter, 1 ounce of organic agave syrup. Fill up the shaker with ice and give it a good shake since we have an ounce of syrup there. Strain into the rocks glass over fresh ice, leaving some room on top for one more ingredient. Now top it up with one of the carbonated sodas: red orange, lemonade, Sprite, or ginger ale. Lemonade I think work absolutely the best for this version. Well, optional garnish is lime, and enjoy this incredible post-workout kids-friendly margarita. And speaking of incredible margarita, I know you are saying that they are all good, but this version is by far my favorite, and I think this is the greatest margarita. It's like a Lamborghini. Well, actually, it's the Cadillac Margarita. In the shaker, add 3/4 ounce of fresh lime juice. Next, add 1½ ounces of smoothest Blanco tequila. I will use a Patron Estate release since it's softer than spring water. And the last ingredient is Grand Marnier. I forgot to mention that the second name for this drink is Grand Margarita. Fill up the shaker with ice and give it a good shake. Choose the glass with salt or without. For me is no salt. Using a regular and fine strainer, pour everything in the chilled cooled glass. Sometimes I see bartenders making it on the rocks and make a float of Grand Marnier on top, but I tried it that way and still prefer all ingredients shaken together. Cut a small lime wedge or wheel and place it on the rim. The Cadillac Margarita is not sweet at all, but Grand Marnier adds a great cognac orange flavored notes